Introducing Barrett with the spinnerbait! Dun 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 dun.
So today I'm going to be teaching you about the spinnerbait and what conditions to use it at. And so first, this is a spinnerbait. The way it works is that, well, obviously it spins. This goes a little, like it flaps, and this one just spins. And so the way it works is that, so a bass, I like to catch bass. Wow, the wind's crazy. But I like to catch bass. So this is really good for bass. And so it's going to use this to hide the hook so it doesn't see the hook. It's going to be doing this in the water and spinning. And then a bass will come up, for example, other fish can still use this. But then it's going to grab, and then you give it a little tug and start reeling it in, and you got it. But the problem about bass and these little bass, they like to just like basically do this to it. It's like that, for example. But all they're doing is just nibbling at it. And when they do that, you give it a little bit of a tug. But if you think so, once the thing is, I was casting out. Okay, my second cast, I got something. I thought I was a weed at first, but actually he was a big bass. So what happens in the winter, like when it's pretty cold out, fish don't like to hunt. So, and they don't want to move a lot unless they actually have to, and they don't eat that much. So fishing in the winter is not that great unless you're ice fishing. But when they do it, they feel like a big weed. But until you realize it's actually just a bass pulling, then you start going in, just like normal. So, this is how the conditions should be. It doesn't have to have all these weeds, but just, this is my local pond. And so, yeah, I'm just on a neighbor's dock. I don't live here, but like, still, it's right in my neighborhood. So it's a nice big pond, and there's lots of weeds. So what you want to do is that you want to find an open spot. So basically, like, you want to find a little open spot. So like, that little open spot you can use, but also you can dodge weeds. And so I'm going to give you an example, but while I'm walking to my example, I'm going to just be talking, okay? So, basically, there's a little cut through. And that little cut through you can use to catch something. Alright, so I'm here. It's a little cut through in the pond. Just a big old pond, right? Boring. Until you catch fish. But, so you use this spinnerbait, and then it goes like through here, and then it comes over around here. So you can cast it all the way out here, and then it can come all the way here. And usually bass like to bite right here. Or rarely you can go like right here at the weeds. But another way to do it is that it's really risky. And also, warning, with spinnerbaits, do not go in the weeds with them because they can get stuck. Alright, so normally gonna cast right here. Okay? But, oh no, some weeds. So, right here, right there, you want your spinnerbait to come right into there and then through, and then it can go right into here, and then it would be there. So, yeah, that's how a spinnerbait works, the conditions. And if you just, with spinnerbaits, oh, I forgot. So, you cast them way here, and then you let it sink for like a little less than a second, then you start just reeling in. But because if you're using any other technique, it will spin, then stop, spin and stop. And if that happens, so for example, my finger spinnerbait, it's going to do this. So you don't want to stop and keep going. You want to keep going like this. So how you would do that, you'd reel in a nice, so you get in a really nice, a really like slow, a little bit fast at the same time, like in medium, a little bit. So if you had medium, a little bit below medium. So what? So you'd be like, you go there, and then right here, and like you want it to start going slow. You want it to go like slow, kind of fast, until you get all the way to here. And then a bass should just go wow. And so basically, for example, if you were the spinnerbait and this was a bass's mouth, this is what would happen. So yeah. That is what would happen. And sometimes they'll just go nibble, 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 nibble. But that's normal. And so, the conditions, and that is where you should be. And to give you a good last look, it's like really simple and stuff. And also in the winter, while you're bass fishing, the thing is, the thing is, they'll be mostly right out in the middle and stuff like that, because that is the warmest place there is, because it's the deepest. But if you're looking for catfish and stuff, like, I will also give you this tip. Like, this is just like completely random, but it's in fishing, like Bear Fish Pro. So yeah, there's fishing. So fun fact. Catfish and carp, and so they're called bottom feeders. And the thing with them, actually, they'll be in the darkest place possible. And then, so because their eyes are super, super sensitive, so they'll be in the darkest place possible. So for example, that'd be like in the bottom of the pond or wherever you're fishing at, like the lowest spot, or it would be at like under a dock or some weeds, like somewhere where light doesn't go as much. So yeah, hope you enjoyed everything and hope you learned something. Bye.